Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm going to be talking about a new method that I've been working on for the last couple of days today. I'm not going to go through the entire process, but if you do want to watch the entire process, then there is a live stream where I just built this entire website using AI Studio for the UI UX, right? And you can look at all my prompts, everything, how to get the HTML, CSS. So the way this actually works, I'll just quickly break down the process, right? So this is on my school community. Obviously, this will be a full course very, very soon, but this is literally a brand new bleeding edge method. So I haven't had a time to make it into a course just yet, but the way it works is you get a design from Nano Banana, which looks exactly like this. If I get AI Studio. By the way, guys, if you want to join the school community, it's popping off right now. People are loving it, and there is a great community behind it. Every Thursday we meet and we talk about the latest and greatest in AI, and people really, really appreciate the coffee hour, and also just generally there's a shitload of content on the school community. That will be one of the links in the description of this video. Now, if I just show you guys what I did in the stream, I'll just show you all my prompts and things so that you can get some idea. But the end result, just so you know, is what you can see on the screen right now, which is a directory for Irish heritage websites with a huge amount of detail, a really, really nice design, right? Now, I know this isn't the best design ever, but it's a pretty good design. It's got all these SEO'd pages, right, with all of these separate sites and then also a lot of tags, right? So you can see this is audience equals history enthusiasts, so that we can rank for history enthusiast places to visit in Ireland or whatever it might be. And all of this is basically just a Next.js website that was created using Codex, but I'll go through all that in just a second. But just so you know, each one of these pages is actually just a JSON file inside the site's folder, which means if you want to add another 10, 20, 50 websites, all you actually have to do is tell Claude Code to create more of these JSON files. And then when you push to GitHub, it will automatically build on DigitalOcean. Now that might seem a little bit complicated. Like I just said, you can see all of that in the live stream completely for free, or you can wait until it's in the school community, or you can wait until I make a video about this on the channel, right? Right now, I'm just showing you the concept. So the first thing you do is you get the design from Google AI Studio. So if I just jump up here, you can see that's exactly what this is. This is just the UI UX. Now you might see that it's not quite exactly the same, but you can maybe see the UI UX is pretty much the same in this website here and on the original image. Obviously, the original image is better, and I know that some things are missing, but there's just a little bit of work that needs to be done on this website to make it look as good as this image right here. Obviously, an image is always going to be better than the code. So then what I did was, after that, I asked for the code, right? So if I just copy this, I said, give me the exact code that can be put into an HTML embedder. So we can run this here. You can see, there we go. So this is how you transfer the UI UX from an image into basically what you see here, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You might understand where I'm going with this. This is basically all you need for a good design. Obviously, like I said, there are a few changes that need to be made to this website to make it look like this, but not that much really, right? There's actually not that much that needs to be changed. Okay, so once you have the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, what you do is you go to Claude Code and you basically say, okay, let's try this again. I need you to do this task again. So blah, blah, blah. Or please spin up 10 sub-agents and do 10 heritage websites. So the way that this works is, sorry, that was the wrong conversation with Claude. Let me just get the original conversation with Claude. I think it's this one. Yeah, so I am creating a Next.js directory for, you can copy this prompt, by the way, if you want to. What I need is data to populate that site. The first thing I want you to do is create the example schema by doing research on some heritage sites like castles, etc. in Ireland, and then giving me the example schema. This should be packed with data as possible, therefore allowing us to create a truly unique and useful resource for people. There should be as many lines as JSON output as possible. This is key to the process. Use Gina to accomplish this. Try to do research. Do not use your own internal web fetch unless you're doing general research on something. If you need images or specific research, use Gina kills instead, especially for images, blah, 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 blah. So you can copy that prompt What that prompt does is, if we just look here, further down here, heritage sites schema.json. So what this does is it creates a JSON file, this file right here, which can be used basically for the rest of this process. So what this JSON file basically is, this is the example JSON file that all of these other websites are based around, right? So all we're doing, we talked about this process a long time ago on the channel. We're going to make a website that basically visualizes all of this JSON data onto a website, right? That's all we're doing. So first we need to get the Claude code to create the JSON pattern. Then we need to actually set Claude code going, right? So what I said here is, now spin up sub agents. Let's do 10 at a time. Give them the example JSON, and then one place to create JSON for. I want at least one to be Ballandary Park. The rest are up to you. Make sure to give genus scraping capabilities and anything else relevant, the JSON, the task, etc., to each sub agent. And then I said ultra think, right? So what this then did was it went through this entire process and it created all of these JSON files one by one. So we actually have 10 JSON files, right? Now each of these JSON files is what actually becomes the individual pages on this website, right? So if I just open, for example, this one, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that, then you can see that this is just this, right? Is it this one? Yeah. So if we do, like, if we search for this, you'll see that the content's right here, right? So that is how it works. All this entire website is a representation of these JSON files on Next.js, right? And then, because we've got tags and things like that, so you can see here the tags and experiences. If we click this also becomes a page, right? So Adventure Seekers becomes a page in itself, right? Which is where it starts to get really interesting, because when we build this project, these tags become pages in themselves, and also each of these become a page in themselves. So what does that mean? It means that if we want to add more content to this website, all we do is find another JSON file or create another JSON file, right? Okay, so the next one, files from real examples. So set my Claude code to create JSON data files from real examples. Give everything to Codex and let it build, right? So once you've got a few JSON files, you've got this JSON file, right, the example one, what you can actually do is you can go to Codex, and I'm going to grab these prompts and put them in the Skool community for now, and then maybe you can, if you wanted, you can take a picture of these prompts, right? So let's just grab this one here. Okay, so from here, once it creates basically the hard-coded website, right, you then need to get it to add the dynamic stuff. What I mean by dynamic basically is non-hard-coded. What does that mean? It basically means, like, instead of having, for example, if we go back to the design quickly, instead of having like hard-coded things like, okay, so in this square we have ancient castle of Teastor or whatever. Instead, what happens if I refresh this, you should see things, these are dynamic, right? Because they're changing. Ballandary Park is here now. If I just refresh it a few more times. Okay, whatever. They don't change, but they're not hard-coded, right? They're real things. If I click this, it's a real link, right? It's a real thing. Again, these were hard-coded at the beginning, but now that we have actual data, I can click Connemara, and it actually is a page, right? A page in itself. So that's what I mean by dynamic. I don't mean that this is a dynamically generated website, just to confirm, right? And then what that will do, I used Codex for this, just so you know, but you could use Claude Code. It doesn't really matter what you use. You can use whatever you want. I just decided to use Codex because I'm really a big fan of Codex right now. I think it's super powerful. So what it does is, from there, it actually generates a real website, a real Next.js website with real content, etc. And then from there, literally all you do is you push to GitHub, you push to DigitalOcean, you buy a domain using Cloudflare. Cloudflare, I just found out today, is absolutely amazing. Set the domain in DigitalOcean. Again, Cloudflare is really good for that. And then you add the website to Search Console. And then I'm just want to show you guys the real juice behind this method, okay? So I'm just going to run slash compact here because there's no, actually, I'll just run slash clear. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me just grab these 2 prompts. Okay, so let's just do clear and then use this prompt. Use this prompt to create one more JSON file of an Irish heritage website, site, sorry. Okay, so the really interesting thing about this, by the way, guys, is during the live stream, I actually submitted this site to Search Console. And you can see that pretty much the 3 most important pages are all already on Google, literally within 10 minutes of being created. So that's normally a pretty good sign for a website. Not only that as well, this is what I really, really want to show people, right? A lot of people think or say, what about CMS? What about CMS? Now, this is something I discovered quite a long time ago. I didn't even really understand this for a very long time. The CMS is here. This is the CMS. This is the content management system, because watch what happens when a new one is added, right? This one here, King John's Castle, this was just added right now. Watch what happens, okay? Push the latest changes, local changes to GitHub. Okay, so now we're pushing the changes. I'm not going to do anything here. This is all going to be dynamic. Look at this. Discover 12 of Ireland's timeless treasures. What do you guys think is going to happen when this finishes to build? It's kind of obvious if you think about it, but let's just see. Let's just go to DigitalOcean and we'll watch this build. This is where you start to think about, making a website with hundreds and hundreds of pages, right? So one more thing just to show you guys is you can say like, okay, now spin up 50 sub agents with exactly the same prompt you just did for 50 more heritage sites, right? And then just to make sure of something quickly, I just want to make sure these images are real. So let's just go here because sometimes they do fake images. Okay, they're real. They're real. Beautiful. So press enter here. And now what this will do is I'll just do 5 actually. Just do 5, sorry, not 50. I just want to do 5, not 50, because it still keeps messing up. Occasionally the prompt is incorrect, etc., etc. So you do actually have to be careful and not just, spam with incorrect information. You have to make sure the prompt that's being sent to the sub agents is correct. Okay, so this is the really, really interesting thing here. There is now 139 pages. Previously, there were 135. Why are there so many more new pages? Because, like I said before, every tag becomes a page if it doesn't exist already, right? So let's say we don't have any River Shannon things right now. As soon as this finishes building, remember what number this said before. This says 12 now. As soon as this finishes building, I'm going to refresh it. And if you're smart, you'll be able to tell me what will happen to that number. So I'm going to pause the video now and leave a comment or whatever and tell me what you think will happen to that number. All of this is now already available in the Skool community. I just added all of the prompts, etc., to the Skool. It's inside building production ready apps, and there's also the live stream at the top here where I did this entire process. You can also just check out the live stream if you don't want to pay for the Skool community, of course. And this was using Nano Banana Pro, Gemini 3 inside AI Studio, Codex 5.1 Max, which I'm absolutely loving, and Claude Code for research. What do you think is going to happen to this number? Refresh. It's gone up 1. Why has it gone up 1? Because we just added King John's Castle and it dynamically populated. Now, for some reason, these images aren't working. I'm not sure why. I'll have to look into that. But there we go. I'm going to leave the video there, guys. This is super interesting stuff. I'm really, really excited to keep experimenting with this process. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to keep kind of iterating on and making this better, let me know in the comments. If I write Shannon here, we should see King John's Castle right here. Perfect. Now, I'm just going to quickly say, you could say to Claude Code, for example, for some reason, the images inside King John's Castle aren't populating on the website. Probably the JSON is wrong. Can you check? Right. And then what it'll do is it'll check real quick. And basically it'll see the JSON looks correct. Okay, here in gallery. Let me see how they did. Okay. Check the other JSONs which work like boundary. Oh. So yeah, this entire process is really, really interesting. There's no CMS here, but there basically is a CMS, just, you know, because of the way these things work. I'm gonna leave the video there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching all the way to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend. I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out.